Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So today is going to be my first video on YouTube where I talk about cars. I talk about what's going on with the world, what's going on with the market, is it a good time to buy a car right now? What is considered a good interest rate, what is not considered a good interest rate, when you should put money down, when you should not put money down. So I'm going to talk about a lot of different things here in this on this channel, so hope you guys tune in and subscribe as always on pretty much any YouTube channel. So I drive a 2022 Dodge Charger Scat Pack narrow body. Now there's a couple of reasons why I purchased this vehicle over, say, like a Mustang or a Camaro or even the Challenger, right? So I'm a big American muscle car fanatic. I just like the naturally aspirated V8s. I love the sound they make. Just waking up in the morning, turning the car on, just hearing that, it's kind of like a coffee. When you're driving to work, I don't even play music sometimes, and I listen to just the engine sound. So it's pretty cool. Now, these cars, the Dodge cars, are considered to be pretty heavy. They weigh over 4,000 pounds. I think the Challenger weighs 4,200 pounds, while the Charger weighs like 43 to 4,400 pounds, which is kind of crazy, thinking when you look at, cars like the Camaro that weigh like 3,700 pounds and the Mustang that weigh like 38 to 3,700 pounds. So, why this car, right? Well, number one, this is a Charger, so I love the 4 seats. I can take the family around. It's a pretty practical car if you think about it. Now, the Dodge cars generally have had more space compared to the Mustangs and the Camaros. The trunk on this car is a lot bigger than those. The space just sitting down, the seats are huge. They're like sofa seats. This particular one has the Alcantara seats, so it's very comfortable. It's a mix between the cloth, the leather, and the suede. So love it. It's very comfortable. It gets all the bells and whistles of heated seats and cooled seats, and so it's pretty cool, right? You get a lot of the technology. It gives you enough technology for 2024. We're in 2024 right now, so a lot of basic things are mandatory, like the heated seats, like the cooled seats. Especially if you're in Houston, you want the cooled seats because of the heat here. It's ridiculous. And then you also have like the infotainment system, which is really cool. It's actually really good. They give you performance pages, gives you different apps, your Bluetooth, your Apple CarPlay, all that, basic stuff that you need from a car, right? Now this one actually does not have a sunroof, and I actually am so glad it does not, because it's save on weight. And I like, generally, when I drive or want cars that are fast, I don't want to have a sunroof. Maybe a convertible, that's a different story. But anyways, so this car has everything that I need. I can drive it, my mom can drive it, my dad can drive it. If my sister wants to take it somewhere, she can take it. Not that they can't take, let's say a Mustang, Camaro, or a Challenger, but this is a car that I feel like it's much more comfortable, much more space, and I personally believe the Chargers just look amazing, okay? They just have that extremely muscly look, aggressive look, especially the new gen. I do like the 2014 gens, the SRT8 gens. Those were absolutely amazing. The front end looked so good, but nonetheless, it still looks really, really good. The wide body on this version. Now in the future, I do plan to get a Hellcat wide body. Now I'm torn between a Challenger wide body or the Charger wide body. You guys can let me know. I think the Challenger wide body looks a lot better than the Charger wide body, and then the Charger narrow body looks a lot better than just a Challenger narrow body. Again, put your thoughts down below, and I would love to hear what you guys think. Now I want to jump over to the Mustang. So the Mustangs, they have the 5-liter, naturally aspirated Coyote engine, which you can tune, which is very, very good for putting a lot of power The 10 speeds are amazing. They're very, very good. And you know, for the class, I mean, it's a really good value. They're not as expensive either. So it's a really, really good value. A little bit less space. I could, you know, you could debate on the looks. To me, the Mustangs, you know, just the front end of the Mustangs on the older gen, I don't know how I feel about them. My favorite gen of Mustangs was the 2014, where they had the Shelby GT500. 2014, I mean, it was so beautiful. That car is perfect. That's the Mustang that I would actually own. And then you have the Camaros. So Camaros are just extremely sporty. They're more track focused. They're lighter. They have less space. They're also a naturally aspirated V8. You know, it's an LS platform, so you can't really go wrong with those. So these are pretty much, you know, when I picked this car, you know, for me it was just the space, right? I wanted to be able to just get as many people in the car and actually enjoy the car, and that's one of the reasons why I went with this car. So you don't see many V8 cars brand new that you can buy out the lot for $50K, that has all the, you know, comfort, you know, has all the memory seats. You get all the mirrors, the heated mirrors over there. You get all the sensors. You know, so it just has everything. So for me, I couldn't pass the opportunity up, and I think this was the best. And they're going to stop making these cars, right? So that's the other thing. 2024 or 2023 was the last year where they came out with a bunch of the last call models. This one is a 2022, which I purchased in December of 2022. So you know, it's been good. It only has about 7,000 miles on it. I've done about 2 oil changes. You know, knock on wood, it's been a great, reliable car. Been able to drive it around places, you know, on the weekends, just kind of enjoy it, and also step on it a little bit, right? I mean, that's what these cars are for. Obviously, do it when you're safe. Don't do it, you know, all the time. It's not good. So again, nothing really done to the car. I just drive it stock. I haven't done any mid muffler delete, which is what a lot of people do. Haven't done any of that. I think it sounds perfect the way it is from factory. It's not as loud, but you know, when you go up into the higher RPMs, it gets really good. It sounds really, really good. But yeah, no, I mean, anyone who kind of comes to you, there's a lot of kind of wrong people, I should say, right, that go after these cars and they go and mess with them, steal them. There's a lot of things behind them, so I would recommend be very careful. If you do own one of these cars, to own a tracker, air tags, you know, all the different GPS systems. Put a you know, it's better to be safe than to kind of have a car that end up stolen, right? So you never want that. Nobody wants that, and it sucks that there are people out there that are trying to do this stuff. But anyways, so I would say go out and purchase this car. Again, like I said, it doesn't get any better than this. There's a couple of other options I was looking at prior to this car. One being the Kia Stinger GT1. So it was a rear-wheel drive, not the all-wheel drive. And it was the, you know, Nardo gray color that is trending everywhere for a bunch of car companies that are doing that color now. It's a good-looking car. It had red interior, and it had all, you know, it was like very nice on the inside. But at the end of the day, I steered away from it because of the fact of two things. Number one, it's a Kia. Again, not saying that that's a bad thing, but for me, just something, you know, I just did not want to, you know, just hear that from people that, hey, it's a Kia. The second thing is, it didn't have a V8, okay? So I'm not very opposed to 6 cylinders. You know, I love the BMW inline 6 motors. They're phenomenal for putting power, and they're phenomenal for the way they sound. Even the Kia Stingers, again, a lot of people say that in the right setting, damn, man's enjoying the life. In the right setting, they're actually very, very fast, and very, very good for street driving. You know, and these kind of cars are more focused on a drag strip. They're not meant for the track. They don't turn well. The Kia Stinger, on the other hand, it's a little bit more sporty. It is also heavy. I think it's also 4,000 pounds. but it's a lot better at handling compared to the Charger or the Challenger. So did not go with the Stinger. And then a couple of other cars. I mean, I did not want to get something used. I just wanted something that I could buy from factory, hold on to it for some time, and maybe potentially the value of the car goes up. I know Hellcats hold more value than the Scat Packs, but I just think this is the perfect middle ground if you don't want too much power. Obviously I want more power, but I think, you know, having a car like this would be good. And later on down the road, I would like to get maybe a C6 Corvette LS platform, you know, put some mods into it and make it push around 600 to 700 horsepower, you know, in a car that weighs almost what, 3,600 pounds. So that's kind of where I thought about this, and in that realm I wanted something that I could keep for a longer time, and that's why the 4 doors, a little bit more practical, and that's why I went with this. So again, thank you guys. You know, this is just the first video, so again, I'll getting better and better as far as you know, how and what content I put out there for you. It would be awesome to get your feedback in the comments. You know, let me know what car would you pick out of the 3: the Mustang, the Camaro, the Challenger, or I guess you can combine the Challenger and the Charger together technically. But what car would you pick out of the 3 American brand? Yeah, but thank you guys.